on a dream trip through Europe with her friends. From the majestic Eiffel Tower in Paris to the historic streets of Rome, every moment is magical. But disaster strikes. Emily drops her phone, thinking she's lost all her precious photos and videos. Panic sets in. Then she remembers GotBackup. Every memory is safely stored in the cloud. Emily gets a new phone, logs into GotBackup, and there they are. Every photo, every video, every memory perfectly intact. Thanks to GotBackup, Emily's adventure is truly unforgettable.
I just love Emily's story. Tammy and I want to welcome you to our presentation this morning here. We're very, very excited to share with you this venture because it is really in line with the new times. When we're dealing with cloud storage and home business, earning US dollars, it makes it so attractive. So first of all, we want to welcome all of you here that are here bright and early. Thank you for joining us. And so let me share my screen here, and let's go ahead and start presenting this information. Again here, folks, today we want to spend about 30 minutes to kind of walk you through a little bit about the company, a little bit about the inline products that we have for you. We're going to share with you a little bit of the income that's associated with this opportunity, and then we'll give you a really quick little tour on what it looks like as you become a member with GotBackup. So Tammy, let's share with the audience, how do we get introduced to GotBackup?
Yeah, well, first of all, Chris and I, we've been in the home-based business, building internationally for 27 years plus. And Joel, the owner of this project, his parent company is called Global Virtual Opportunities, and GotBackup is a new division, and it has to do with data storage. And there's an opportunity behind it. So Joel connected with Chris and I because he knows our experience in the industry, and he was telling us a little bit about GotBackup, and he asked us if we were open at all to increase our income portfolio. And of course we said yes. And the fact that it's digital, that was a big thing for us because Chris and I were already talking about grabbing an opportunity through a digital product that would go truly globally. And 2.5 years later, we're building internationally and having a great time. What I love about this, especially in today's economy, is it's an affordable product and everybody can do it and everybody has devices. So we're going to share a great overview with you to give you some insight on what we're talking about.
Yes, and in line to what Tammy was just sharing is, this is an opportunity that can really empower globally families from all over the world. And the other thing is we don't compete, folks. We created a new direction, a new division when it comes to home-based business dealing with the cloud storage. That's what's so exciting. So my question to you is, you're probably here because maybe you clicked on a link from a social media profile. Maybe someone sent you here. At the end of the day, you're here because you're looking for change. And that's my question is, why are you here? It's time to turn your dreams into reality here, folks, because at the end of the day, we're not born into this beautiful planet to struggle day after day after day just to pay taxes and bills and just to be able to afford feeding our families. That is not the way it was designed. That was designed by the selected few that we choose to accept. But folks, there are options, because the fact is you deserve to live the life you want to live opposed to the life that you have to live. This is exactly why we're presenting this.
Yeah, and Chris and I are all about empowering families, especially in the global market, because not everybody has the opportunities that we have in North America. And so our goal is always to help anybody actually who's looking for a way to increase their income. Maybe you don't want change. Maybe you love what you already do, but it just isn't bringing in enough income for you to be able to live the life that you want, to be able to make investments. I know a lot of people would love to have more and have more leverage if they had an opportunity to be able to do that.
I totally agree, Tammy. A little bit of background for the company. The company began in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec. And in fact, it started from a basement of a house. That's all started. This is why it started. It's kind of the story of Apple when they started from a garage. Now they have this amazing kind of rotating building is just beautiful in California. It's that unique, and it's funny how it all started. Well, this is exactly what happened here, where GotBackup starting from a basement of a house, and the traffic was increasing so much because the demand was there and because it was so affordable that they couldn't, where they lived in Gatineau, Quebec, could not support the bandwidth. This is the demand of people asking to connect to the server to get a response. So they went into Texas, where companies like Toyota, Google, and Adobe, and many others are using the infrastructure there because of the fiber optic that's on the ground to support the bandwidth. That's the traffic that's requested information. And he moved into a 10,000 square feet data center. So let me play a quick video for you to hear from the owner of the company to see what's going on behind the scene. Let's check this out together.
Hey guys, welcome to the corporate office of GotBackup. Now everybody wants to know, are we super secure? And how do we offer such an amazing service at such a low price? So this is in our tech room. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you on a tour of our server room to show you just how secure it is, and we welcome you into the family. So let's go over to the server room. So the first thing I wanna explain to you guys is that we're fully PCI compliant. For physical PCI compliance, what does that mean? It means we're allowed to physically store credit cards in our data center because we're uber secure. So we've passed all the tests for that, and we're legally allowed to store credit cards and your storage. So one of the first requirements for PCI compliance is you have to have 2 coded doors before you get into your server room. We also, as a company, like to have fun, so we call it Area 51. So anyway, I'm gonna code this door with my back here so you guys can't see what the code is. Come in this way. This is a simple inventory room, guys. We build servers here and so forth. And then our second coded door is over here, okay? And so we have a coded door here as well to get into the server room. So here we are in the server room, guys. This is where all the magic happens. So a couple of things people ask. Joel, how secure is my data, and could you ever lose our data? So as an example, let's come here. It's impossible to lose your data, and here's why. If you look at this storage array, and we have, hundreds of storage arrays in here, there's 14 hard drives across this storage array. 4 of these hard drives could fail, which statistically never happens, but let's say it did. 4 of these hard drives need to fail before we start to lose some data. But guess what? We're not going to lose any data because this is striped to here. This whole rack of hard drives here is copied here. Just the same here. All these hard drives here are copied here. So there's not a single point of failure relative to your data. There's also no single point of failure in the server room. As an example, there's A power and B power. Every server is plugged into A power. Every server is plugged into B power. Also, relative to cooling of this room, if you come over here, you'll see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 air conditioners in this server room. So the air is never going to be a problem. The other thing as well is we're very, very efficient. If you look up at the ceiling, let's come back over here, you'll see vents up there, and the cold air is strategically placed in front of the servers here, so it sucks in all the cold air, and it goes over into the hot aisle behind this wall here. So very, very efficient server room as well. And finally, if God forbid there was ever a fire in this room, we have here what's called a fire suppression system. What this system does, it's just a bunch of electronics behind here, but we can open it up, okay, is if God forbid there was a fire, and in 25 years there's never been a fire, but it will snuff out all the oxygen in this room. If there's no oxygen, then the fire goes out, right? So we don't use water to destroy the equipment. So that's the basics of the server room. Super, super secure and super redundant relative to your data. So the other aspect to security is we use the exact same security as Amazon, as Google, as all the big players, Microsoft. It's patented security, it's military grade, 256-bit encryption security. So your stuff is very secure. So
So obviously there's a longer version to this video, which you have access to when you join in with GotBackup in your back office. So back to the presentation here, folks, we want to focus on 2 global trends, very important. because these trends are indicators for you to say, well, that's probably a good place to invest your time and money. Now, money, you'll find that it's very minimal, but the fact here is it's an income opportunity that can grow and grow and grow and grow. It's like compound interest. And we'll share with you exactly what we mean, starting with this slide.
Yeah. So the trend number one is you can see everybody has devices. Everybody's on their devices. Doesn't matter whether it's a cell phone or a laptop or a desktop or an iPad. People are filling up their devices faster and faster in today's economy, especially with AI being presented, and everybody's getting to know that platform. And so you can see it's a massive opportunity to tap into.
And to back this up here, folks, if you look at the percentage of global mobile traffic, some people are saying, is this a good investment? Is this a place where I should park and kind of consider doing business and so forth? And even some people may turn around and says, oh, I don't believe that this is real. Well, folks, the numbers don't lie, right? From 2011 to 2025, look at the percentage of mobile traffic, right? You're looking from 6% to 64%. This is extremely significant. Let me show you another one here. This is the size of cloud storage market worldwide from 2020 to 2030. These are revenue generated in 2022, $90 billion, just over. And they're predicting in 2030, a few years from now, close to $500 billion. Folks, the question is, how much of that do you want coming into your life? This is exactly what we're presenting to you here. Absolutely massive. Here's an addition that I think everybody can relate to.
Yeah, you can see some percentages here on people using their devices. At the end of the day, everybody's on them. Everybody's constantly searching for things. Anything that you want to learn is on our devices, right? You can tap into YouTube, you can tap into anything, and to tap to purchase. I mean, I could go on and on and on. And that is why people, they say cell phone addiction, but at the end of the day, everything you need is really on that little single device. And what I love about what GotBackup has, Chris, is the fact that most people, because we travel a lot globally, and most people, they just have phones. Most people in different developing markets. So this is a huge opportunity for them to build a business through a phone.
I agree. And because of this change where the data loss is a growing concern, folks, it's really important to have an insurance policy when it comes to your precious moments. Think of moments where maybe you capture a video when your daughter or your son was getting married and you were interviewing them, and you're the only one who has that on your cell phone. It's not part of the professional photographer that took all the events, and you know what I mean? So these are moments that are in your phone that sometime you forget, and then your phone is gone. What happened to this information? It's gone. But with GotBackup, as you saw the story of Emily, if your phone is gone, it's okay. Everything is stored on the cloud. I understand it's an expensive device to lose, but the precious moments, you can't go back in time and get them. 45% of cell phone users have accidentally damaged their phones or lost their data, or even the phone stolen. 5,700 screens are cracked every hour. Laptop, cell phone stolen every 43 seconds. That is quite significant. Here's another message I'm sure you're familiar with.
Yeah. And it's easy to have conversations with people because so many are getting these messages. And the reason they're getting the messages is because their devices are full or close to full. So they're giving them a couple options. You either start cleaning up and getting rid of precious stuff when you think about it, or you pay more. And that's how they get people into these contracts, right? When you buy devices. So this GotBackup has such a huge value opportunity. I get so excited. I know Chris wants to go into another direction, but I can't wait to share with you what we have.
So what's happening here, folks, considering the second trend, this is to earn more money. 42% of Americans have side businesses here, folks. 42%. 62% of Gen Z. So this is our generation. So in other words, our kids' generation, I should say, 18 to 25. Now they're moving on to 28, 29, even in their 30s. For example, my daughter right now is in France. and she's there for 1 year through a visa, but she has also an online business to support her needs while she's there. You see what I'm talking about here, folks? This is what's going on. The new generation today are looking for limitless boundaries and not the kind of boundaries that we were raised into. What about the rest of the world? This is exactly what we're talking about. You can leverage these two global trends with GotBackup. That's what's exciting here. Now, Tammy, let's cover what the products are for the inline consumers.
Yeah, so you can see here, GotBackup Pro. This is a new project that the company launched at the end of 2025. And all of the marketing tools for you to build your business is available through this Pro package. And something even more exciting is being launched to be able to generate leads. And that's the key, right? Most people, they want to be in business, but they don't have the people to connect with, and they don't want to go into their social network or whatever. This is an opportunity for you to build this by leveraging these marketing tools. And here's the best part. I get so excited because this is what was launched when Chris and I learned about it. So 6 terabytes of data storage is what you get for $10 a month. You get in your account, it says 6 accounts. You actually get 5 sub accounts, which are family members. They don't even have to live in your home, and you can share the 6 terabytes, and you can decide how much you want to give per person. That was really exciting when I saw that. And then, of course, unlimited devices. So all of that for $10 a month. I know that Chris and I, when we heard about this, we were both paying for 2 terabytes on our iPhones. We were also paying each Dropbox 2 terabytes each. And for the same price, you get 6 terabytes of storage, and you can share that among 5 additional accounts. That is amazing value.
Absolutely. The value is definitely there. And the Pro package, which we'll cover along this presentation, includes a whole slew of tools. For example, VTuber, it's kind of like your YouTube channel, right? But without the commercials. Testimonial generator. Folks, you know, you may look at that as lightly, but think about this. If you're building your business online, you're looking for social proof. And social proof are what the general public tell about you, your leadership, about whatever it is you're presenting. And some of you may have a great presence among the people that care and knows you or even like you. So the fact is, wouldn't that be a wonderful opportunity to get that information, to be able to share with the world, to validate what you do and who you are? What about memory place? Tammy and I just came back from a wonderful trip in Tulum, Mexico. And I took pictures for my camera. She took pictures for my cell phone, which is kind of a camera. Tammy did the same thing. Her daughter did the same thing, and her husband. And everybody has their own different moments that we would love to have in our phones. So what we did is we uploaded, I think there's about 300 pictures in memory place that now we're sharing among each other to be able to say, well, I like this one, this one, this one, this one. I want this is my phone. This is what I'm talking about. Absolutely amazing memory place. Email marketing platform, folks. Your lifeline. Let me rephrase that. Your list is your lifeline, and it's very important. And if you're not in contact with the people you're building a relationship with over the years, after 3 months, if you start emailing these people, it's considered as spamming. Do you understand? So it's very important to stay in contact, and to help you do that, you have an email marketing platform. You also have a funnel page builder. Why that's important? What if you would like to have your own video? You know, with today with Agen and 11 Lab, and you can do all these AI stuff. What if you would like to have your own video with your own marketing? You can do that. What if you want a different language? What if you want different kind of emails to be sent to those people? Well, what's happening is the funnel page builder will give you the opportunity to modify what the company gives you as you come in with this opportunity, which is absolutely amazing. And there's another thing that's not here that's going to be adding very soon. It's basically a platform that you will be able to connect your social media platforms to promote all of your posts and everything else automatically. Folks, what's coming is so amazing. And to top it all, let's put the cherry in the cake. As Tammy said earlier, all of these tools come in with their own marketing tools designed, already prepared for you. All you need to do is promote those links. And if people are interested, you put their name and email, boom, you start communicating with them through the email system that are in place, which is absolutely amazing. So making money with GotBackup, folks, it's absolutely phenomenal. And just to prove to you that this is real, for example, these are people that have reached the diamond and above. These are blue diamond, triple diamond, double diamond in different parts of the world. You see France, United States, Ghana, Canada. Absolutely amazing. And of course, we have the diamonds, and we don't have all the diamonds over here. There's others that are not part of this list that are also many of them that are that have reached a diamond level in different parts of the world. And we also have here rubies. These are people that are just at the brink of reaching the diamond level. And then we have the emeralds. We have a whole bunch of emeralds that are popping in, and there's more coming, which is really exciting. And there's probably a lot more that are not necessarily in contact with me that I don't have. The fact here, folks, is this is the proof, right? Sapphire, and you'll see what these levels means in a minute, because it has a direct impact in your income. Again, different parts of the world. Really, really exciting. So right now we're going to shift gear a little bit and give you an idea of, okay, how can you earn an income with this opportunity? So we're going to focus on the first three, and I'll come back and just kind of touch on the last four, just to give you an idea of how you benefit from all that. So Tammy, let's start with a customer acquisition bonus.
Yes. And what I love about the customer acquisition bonus is Joel is so generous in his payout on the upfront, which a lot of people get excited over. So for example, if you shared your links, because when you're a member, you have your own capture page, like Chris said, there are links for them to look at the information, and then they can sign up right from there. And if they decide to sign up and pay monthly, then you're going to get 200% upfront from the $9.97. Let's just round it off $10. I'm going to make an example on the next slide. And so if they decide they're going to go yearly and save a couple months of payments, they pay $100 upfront. You get 50% upfront for that. Now the pro plan, it gets even more exciting, because if they sign up as a pro member, you're going to get $200. The person who brought you in is going to get 50, and the person who brought them in, they're going to get 50, because it's all about supporting your team members, getting them on the right track, and helping them evolve in their financial growth. And you can see on the bottom, this is customers, it's 25% ongoing. So let's just flip to the next slide. Okay. So family plan, for example, we're going to use 20 people in all of the examples. So if you had 20 people who signed up and they all come in yearly for the family plan, you get 50%. So you're going to make $1,000 in commission. And if you have 20 people who just want to be customers, they just want to use the data storage, then you're going to get $50 ongoing every single month. So when we switch over to the pro plan, if you had 20 people who signed up pro, you're going to make $4,000 in commission, because you're getting $200 times 20. And then if you have people who just want to use the tools, because there's people who don't want to market, they just want to use the tools. And you would get $100 ongoing every single month if you had 20 customers on the pro plan.
Which is absolutely amazing. Now we're going to shift to number 2. Now, this is what we call cycle earning. And just to give you an idea of how this works, we have a 2-team structure. There's a right team and there's a left team. It's as simple as that. Okay. Now, what do you see in direct referral? Well, understand that some people have brought in thousands of members. I'm not kidding. For $10, I mean, some people have huge lists, right? But why do you see indirect referral? Well, if I sponsor 2, one on one side, one on the other, and I have a third one, where does it go? Well, it has to go underneath the right side or underneath the last person on the left side. And this is the reason why you see indirect referral could be introduced by someone above you who's basically made that exact same decision. So now we understand how this works looking at the 2 teams. Let's see how you earn from this. It's called earning cycle bonus. And there's tier 1 and tier 2. And the tier 1 and 2 will vary based on your rank. Remember earlier I was telling you about these different levels? I'll explain to you exactly how you get there. And it's really simple. Here are the steps. Number 1 is you need to be active. Just like you're paying any services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, TV, whatever, Apple TV. These are membership that you pay. Apps that you use, your training apps, you pay. And as long as you pay your service, you have the service exactly here. Same thing. You pay your $10 a month or your $100 a year for your cloud storage. You're all set. Number two is you need to enroll 2 people. As I mentioned earlier, you introduce one person on your left, one person on your right. This is the business model. If you're thinking, okay, what do I need to do to make money? That's what you need to do, and you need to duplicate that. And what happens when you duplicate that, number 3, is the company says, okay, to generate a cycle, the company needs to see 6 people in your business. Either it comes from you bringing 6, or you brought 2, and these 2 introduce others that brought in total of 6, which also could be combined with the spillover, someone above you, again, that puts someone in your downline, not because they like you or know you, want to help you. They don't know you. They're just building. It's how the business works. So the company says, okay, you need to have 6 members as long as there's a ratio of 4 on one side and 2 on the other side. Doesn't matter what side this happens. Boom, that generates a cycle. The next question is, how much is a cycle? Well, a cycle is based on the company's profitability in that month. It's also based on your rank. Okay, it's really, really straightforward. As your rank increases, then of course you move from tier 1 to tier 2. My question to you is how many cycles you want? Well, this is based on how many people will actually be building and also wanted to earn into your business. And this leads to something else really interesting. It's called cycle batch bonus. You know, all these people you bring in, like Tammy's example, let's say you bring 20. Well, you have the potential to earn a percentage if you reach a Sapphire level and above. I'll explain to you how you get there in a moment. It's really simple. But you earn 25%. So if, let's say, you got 20 people that are earning a cycle, well, imagine you're earning 25% from these 20. What if these 20 turns into 30? And it goes on and on and on. Now, it doesn't mean you're going to make $1,000. What it means, that's a cap. You can't make more than 1,000 when from that one individual, even though they might be generating 2, 3, 4, 5,000 in volume because their business is growing so much. Folks, this can go up to $20,000 per person. Am I saying you're going to make that? No, that is a ladder of possibility. You see the potential here? And the other 4, as I mentioned here, is that their generation bonus that are going to be adding on to your income as you move up in rank. The moment you move to gold, you start earning 4. When you move to platinum, I'll show you in a minute, then you get 4, 5, and 6, and 7 as you move up in rank. So these are all added bonuses that really kind of add your income. Now, Tammy's going to walk you through the simple system that you need to consider in wanting to build a business like this. Back to you, Tammy.
Yeah. So when we got started with GotBackup, we wanted to make sure that we had something that was going to duplicate within the organizations. And we've always believed in simplicity because most people are busy. They have full-time jobs. They want to make some extra money, but they have to be able to do it. It has to be duplicatable. So what we did was, obviously, number 1 is to get yourself signed up. And then the first goal is to start sharing your links. And the first 2 initial signups, you want to put 1 left, 1 right. And that is the 2-team structure. And then you want to go out and do the same thing, get a couple more. And number 4 is just duplicate that within the organization. Now, we're not saying to stop at 4 because so many people need this value. Go out and talk to people, keep building left, right, and then duplicate that within the organization. And you're going to see some massive momentum. The people that you're seeing in these rank qualifications, that we were celebrating, these are people that follow simple duplicatable steps. And that's why they are where they are. Yeah.
Now, here's how to get started, folks. It is $20 a year for you to get started. We recommend the Pro package, and the reason why, because it has the best value. It has all the other tools that I mentioned earlier. And this you pay, by the way, the $499.97 includes the $20 on year 1. And at this point, that's all you need to do. And you're all set for 12 months. Then you have access to everything else and all the marketing tool, which I'll give you a little demo at the end. Really, really cool. Now, if let's say you're a bit more skeptical, you say, okay, let me try the family pack. Well, absolutely. You pay your $20 and then you pay your $100 a year. So it's $120 the first year. And then after that, you just renew every time that you want to continue your business. Or if you decide that maybe you can afford it at the moment, then you can go and certainly pay monthly. But we recommend yearly because the cost is more efficient and you're set for 12 months and you get paid every single month based on this 12 months that they paid one time. You see what I mean? And that if that's duplicated, this is absolutely awesome. If you look at the pro package, then after the first year, it's simply $199.97 to renew every single year, plus your $20. Very, very straightforward. And of course, you have the enterprise package for people that may have many people or businesses that want to share a cloud storage. So I believe, Tommy, that we are, according to what I heard a few days ago, that we moved into 165 countries. But
Yeah.
how many countries are we in?
So they've added Solomon Islands to the business, and so we have to upgrade this slide, which is always exciting when we find out that more markets are being opened fast. So yeah, and the key is you can build a global business through your social network, through social media, and really it is truly global, and earn income while you're sleeping. I mean, Chris and I have been doing this for so many years, tapping into local, which expanded globally. And we wake up in the morning, it's like sales, 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 because they're already awake when we're sleeping, doing their business.
I totally agree, Tammy. And folks, recognition and achievement is so critical. One is babies cry for it and adults die for it. That's a reality. But also it impacts your income, because as a bronze, the company says, okay, you sponsor one person, you're a bronze. You sponsor two, you know what Tammy talked about? One on the left, one on the right, what I mentioned earlier. That's a copper. That is what you want to duplicate. That is the key to earn a solid income with GotBackup. You become a silver when the duplication occurs because someone in your team that was personally introduced by you or by someone that you've introduced, they hit copper. So that means one on the left, one on the right. You see, folks, it's not a lot. You're a silver. Your goal when you introduce 5 people into your business and 3 of those are duplicating, which became copper. And now you start earning 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now you're a platinum when you have 10 people that you're sponsored. And you know what's exciting? These 10 people will qualify you not just for platinum, but sapphire and emerald. 10 people. But the difference is as between the platinum between the gold to platinum, what it is you introduce 4 people that are actually copper. So you got your 10 and 4 out of those are duplicating. Okay. Now you remember when I talk about the cycles, tier 1, tier 2, you're moving from tier 1 to tier 2. So you're making more money with the exact same team. You didn't do more, just same team. We just move up rank just because other people are duplicating. You're a sapphire. You remember the sapphire when I mentioned now you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, and now also you're getting matching cycle. So that means that everybody you brought in, whatever they earn in their cycles, you are earning 25% from every single person you bring in. You see that? But the difference here with sapphire, remember, you have your 10 that you did when you hit platinum, but you need to have 5 people that are copper, right? 3 for gold, 4 for platinum, 5 for sapphire. These are people that just introduced one on the left, one on the right. And as you keep duplicating this, you move up in rank from ruby to diamond to all the way up to black diamond. You see how simple it is? Folks, it's absolutely amazing. Now, Tammy, let's cover the kind of support people get as they begin.
Yeah, you can see everything that you get here. You have your personalized referral link. You have your personalized landing page. You have an email marketing system that is built in, which is phenomenal if you're looking to automate your business, which is exactly what excites us, to be able to walk on the beach and our business is growing while we're walking on the beach. And you have marketing tools that are in different languages, and they're always evolving. One thing I love about Joel, the creator of the company, is he's always on target of what's new and what's coming. And so there's always new stuff, which is very exciting for us. You've got regular online presentations. And Wednesday night is company presentation. There's presentations done from different leaders, different languages around the world, including this one. And then you have team trainings that go on every single Saturday. The company has a team training, and Chris and I volunteered to do that. And we bring our experience and create simple duplications and educate people and show people how to access whatever they need to build their business. And so that's available too. There's also team trainings going on around the globe, different languages as well.
Absolutely. Now, what's really interesting here, folks, let's just share with you what it looks like when you sign into your back office. So this here is your rank. This is your support system. And what's really important, the very first thing you want to do when you become a member is you want to go to use this tool, which will take you to this page. It'll show you how much of the cloud that you're using. And this is what you want to focus on. You want to install, if you have a Windows operating system, if you're running Windows, you want to download this app so you can start backing up your computer. Once this app is installed, you click one button, the backup's taking place. You don't have to do anything else. If it's a Mac, it's this one. I recommend to watch these little videos because it walks you through the step-by-step that you're going to go through, which is very self-explanatory, but I think it helps, especially the mobile apps. Now, you don't have to log into your back office to access these. You can access these apps from the Google Play Store or the App Store. All you need to do is once you're a member, obviously you'll have your login credentials. You use the exact same login credential from your apps once you have it installed, and then you have access. And now, again, your phone automatically starts doing all the backup. You just have to make sure that you agree to all of the conditions that Apple's or the Google Play Store's phone are asking you to accept that you're sharing your pictures and everything else. Once this is done, then let the app take care of itself. It will back up every single thing for you. And this is what you see here. If you click on auto login, it will take you to your cloud. Now, you don't need to go to auto login. You can just type it on your browser here, GBU cloud, and it'll take you there. The reason it didn't ask me for a password is because I've already put my password before. And these are 3 computers I have backed up. Okay, if I click on show files, it's going to show one of my computers. If I go to user, this is me. This is my root directory of my computer. Under all these directories, this is my entire copy of my computer. Absolutely awesome. Okay. Now, the other thing I want to focus on here is the mobile backup. So, for example, this is my iPhone. I click on my iPhone here, and you can see here 2025. There's 12 calendar month. Okay. So it's all over here. If I go back to this one here, 2026. Now we have January and February over here. Okay. So because we're in February and March, you'll have another one that's going to come in. It's going to keep doing that over and over and over. And what's really cool is if you go back here and you say, I would like to, let's say, I'd like to take, for example, this particular, let's say this document here, and I'd like to make that to collaborate and share. If you do that, it will take you right into your collaborate and share. And these are all my files. I can go over here and I can go ahead and I can share this entire directory with the world. Do you see what's going on here, folks? This is so awesome. And there's so much more to it that I don't want to get into today. And the last thing I want to cover here is your reseller tools. When Tammy say you share your link, this is what she talks about here. This is in your tools. So again, you go back here and you go to reseller tools. These are the links that you can start posting immediately to share with your audience. You can see here, for example, if you're doing some Facebook ads, these are probably the good ones over here because you don't need to show another video because they probably saw when you click your ad. This is really good for people who want to try it for 7 days for free. This one has the opportunity and the product. This one is just a product. And this one here is the one I promote to all my social media platform. This one here is a great one for someone who's maybe skeptical about network marketing. They need a bit more education. It has a little back office that educate people how this all works. Absolutely awesome. And what's important here to understand here, you can see this is the GotBackup tool, the testimonial generator, the memory place, the autoresponder. That's the email campaign I was telling you about. And this is the VDuber here, and that's the lead capture system to connect with all the leads that came from all of these marketing that we talked about, like the page I showed you, put their name and email, that you communicate with them. You have your business over here with your income, how to set your paycheck, which account you connected to see your reports, internal wallet. If you want to have people that don't have a credit card, they pay you cash, you put it into your bank, you fill your wallet, and you can create an account for them, give them the link, and then they're set for the year. I would not do monthly with this one. I would do yearly. There's merchandise, all sort of things. Here's something very important is join your social network over here. Make sure that you join your Facebook group to be part of the community. And I'm noticing here the Marco Max. This is a social media tool. I just noticed that today. I'm not going to click on it today for the sake of time, and these are VIP coaching. If you're looking for extra help, Tammy and I have produced, and Joel, some great courses in there that's included. It's about $10 a month or $100 a year. That's for extra support to help you build your business. Very straightforward, very easy to do. So at the end of the day here, folks, what's really, really exciting here is we're dealing with a product that everyone needs in a business that everyone can afford. We want to thank you for joining us here this morning on this particular time zone and or afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the world. We absolutely love sharing this information. If you like what you see here, folks, just smash that like button. Let the algorithm know that this is information you want people to see. So back to you, Tammy, as we end.
Yeah, so you can see everything is available for you to thrive in this business. And you've got the organization, you've got the training, you've got everything. And the key is to just make a decision, just to jump in. And I always tell people, you got nothing to lose. I mean, you have enough data to be able to sharing with family members and never run out, never worrying about that problem. And if you want to make money, there's definitely an opportunity there. You saw the people that were generating some significant income on the slides, but there's so many more that are not on these slides that are doing extremely well. So it's real. And I say just jump in and learn along the way.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for joining us in this presentation, folks. We look forward for you to come back here and watch this presentation again, for you to get a full assessment and understanding of how you can benefit. Have a great one, and we will see you soon. Bye for now.
Have an awesome weekend.